Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Mangyatmadandasya Salakaya Rakshurvardham Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadanmayam Dadati Swayam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Okay. Depending on how many are watching, I'll give a class. I'm not sure.
Present there is 2 people watching.
And, I had an interesting thing happen to me probably about 7 years ago, and can you close my door? Yeah, I was in Belarus, and in my room one morning chanting japa, the room that was given to me. And there was a knock on the door, and one of my followers was wanting to record the japa. So I told her, okay, put it here on the table, switch it on, you can record and come back later. So that's what we did, and later she came back, she took the recording, and we thought, okay, that's that. But it wasn't like that. Because she contacted me a couple of weeks later and said, what should we do with this recording? Because, you're missing one Krishna in your japa. I was thinking, what, me? Me? That's usually the reaction we have when someone tells us, "Who, me? It's not possible." But anyway, she had sent the recording and I listened to it and she was right. I was missing one Krishna. So what I was chanting was Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Like that. And I was thinking, wow, how long was I chanting like that? The problem is when we have unconscious chanting, when our chanting is unconscious, we're not conscious of what we're saying. We could be chanting anything, So this is one of the problems we have. We have a certain blueprint in our japa. It's like if you squeeze an orange, you know what you get from squeezing an orange. You get orange juice. And if you squeeze, if someone squeezes us, what kind of juice comes out? So we all have a certain blueprint, an overall blueprint, and specific blueprints for different things that we do. So I realized that, I had a blueprint in my japa, and it was not correct. So I had to make a reprint. Somehow or other, I was going to have to be more conscious and rectify that blueprint that I had of chanting. So the way I did it was I emphasized the Krishna that I was leaving out. I was like, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. And I was doing that for a couple of weeks. Just to emphasize, reprint or remold what's been molded. Because the tendency is, as I say, that we have a certain blueprint, but it becomes a habit. And then we just carry on for the rest of our life with that same blueprint. Unless someone tells us, or we become conscious more of what we're doing, that could last for quite some time. And it's an offense to the Maha Mantra. Of course, you'll still make advancement, but somehow, at least one day, at some point in our life as a devotee, we need to become aware of what we're doing when we're doing it. And this is actually a point which is mentioned also in the Shastras. When we come to the point of mantra vipassana means that we're chanting, but we're listening to the chanting and also meditating on what the meaning of that mantra is. Of course, Prabhupada gave an explanation of the Mahamantra that we're praying to Krishna for service. But we can also, think of different Krishna Leelas also while we're chanting. We can, Prabhupada also pointed out when he was asked, what should we do? What should we think about when we're chanting? And Prabhupada said, you don't think anything, just chant and hear you chanting. It's not about thinking this or thinking that. Of course, that could come later, that you have a meditation on Krishna Lila. But in the beginning, especially in the beginning, it doesn't work. We've tried it. If you sit down and, okay, this is going to be my japa, this is my Krishna Lila. We may start thinking of, let's say, Krishna lifting Govardhana. How long does it last before suddenly the mind starts to wander off somewhere else? So when the mind is like that, still dictating and still overshadowing our meditation, and message is to hear what we're chanting, hear the Hare Krishna mantra. So anyway, at least I think my japa is okay now. But it was an eye-opener for me. Like, wow. Let's see, I've been chanting so many years, but I'm really not going Krishna. So I was going to do a workshop this morning, but you pair up and listen to each other's chanting. That would be a nice workshop. But there's not so many of us here. But it's always a good one to do if you're doing a japa workshop class. Get the devotees to pair up and listen to each other's japa. You spend 5 minutes each chanting, the other person hearing, and then commenting, and then you reverse, you change, swap places. So then you can find out how many people say, "Who, me? You mean me?" It's good that it's done in a workshop, because if you get someone just coming up to you, randomly coming up, hey, I've been listening to your japa, it's not very good. Then you'll say, oh, man, what are you talking about? You know who I am? So when it's done in the workshop, you can take it a little bit more seriously. So this is a blueprint that we've got to try to sort out. Make it a blueprint that will be your eternal blueprint. The most fundamental principle for good japa, the Paribhasha's Sutra on japa, is to turn off your life when you chant and do nothing else but chant. Of course, I hear sometimes today things like devotees telling other devotees, you shouldn't walk around while you're chanting. You should sit down in one place and just chant your 16 rounds and don't get up. But that's not what Prabhupada told us. When he was asked, what can we do? Is there anything that we can do while we're chanting? And he said, yes, if we feel tired or restless, you can get up, stand up and walk up and down. And we also see videos of Papa, going from one room to another in his apartment, chanting japa. So there's no real hard and fast rules for chanting on japa, except you chant and you hear, and you can meditate too if you can on Krishna's lila, Krishna's name, form, pastime. So to have a long-term habit change in our japa blueprint, so that from that day on, we're always chanting with attention and never being distracted. Never slip back into the wrong chanting or the wrong behavior, wrong habits. Well, there's also wrong behavior in japa, and I can demonstrate that. We could call it an attitude problem, where, there's different levels of chanting habit, or let's say desire. One is, which is the lowest, is I have to chant 16 rounds. Higher than that is, I must chant 16 rounds, and I will try my best. And the highest is, I must chant 16 rounds, and I love chanting 16 rounds. Well, the middle one is, well, I don't like to chant, but I'll do it anyway. The other one, the first one is, I don't like to chant, and it's really boring. Second, I don't like to chant. I don't have a taste for chanting, but I'll chant anyway and do my best. And then when you get more developed in your Krishna consciousness, then it's more like, yes, I can't wait to chant. I love to chant. In fact, I chanted by 16 rounds, and I'll do an extra one today because it's so nice. But it's a different level. So the lowest level is something like this. You're contemplating how boring the next hour is going to be. But because you have to chant, you chant anyway. You chant in a mode that you just really, really don't like to chant. And your mood is very. It's like Krishna knocks on the door in your apartment, and you open the door and it's Krishna saying, what do you want? Not welcome. It's a very bad attitude. Sorry, I'm busy, Krishna, come back later. Oh, 16 rounds. I can think of so many other things I could do other than chant 16 rounds. And you may do that. You may go off and do something that you shouldn't do in that time. And you begrudgingly, I don't know if you know that word, begrudgingly. You have no feeling at all. You chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's something you have to do, but you don't want to do it. And you express it all in every part of your body, mind, body. Only your soul is saying, come on, we gotta chant. We love to chant. That's the soul. The soul is waiting for the day that we get a little serious about chanting. Of course, the soul is happy that you are chanting. It's better than before. So many lifetimes of not chanting. So when you do start chanting, the soul is very, very happy. Oh, it's about time. Yes, very good. Well, then there's the attitude. What is our attitude of chanting? What is our behavior? Is it a good behavior or is it not so? So then, as I said, as we improve, we get a bit better, more and more, until we come to a level where we love to chant. And that's something like this. Another day of Krishna consciousness. And another day of 16 rounds. Or one. And you pick up your beads. And you could even do something like this. You know the aristocrats? Where's my drink? The aristocrats, they sometimes drink like this. Actually, I got a little funny pinky finger. You know what happened there? It was in Finland, actually. And devotees in the Akbaran capital, we had a park which was just opposite the temple. And the devotees wanted to play some football or something. I think it was football. And they asked if I wanted to come. And I said, well, I'm not very good at that. Yeah, you come anyway. I mean, Parampara was there, and there's a few others in this communication about it. Anyway, I said, okay, I'll go in the goal. I don't want to run around. So I'm going to be in the goal. And I was in the goal, and someone kicked the ball, and I just stopped the ball, but then I hit this little finger. And probably I didn't go to the hospital or something to get it fixed. So it's always been like that since. It doesn't hurt, it's just was not repaired properly. But anyway, back to the aristocrat. They drink like that. It's with a kind of like a aristocratic attitude. It's not just drinking, but we must drink in a certain way. So chanting is like that. It's not just chanting, but chant. Chant so that Krishna will see that you like to chant. I'm not suggesting you all walk around like that. But that's just to show an example of our attitude. It should be positive. Affirming to Krishna. Yeah, I love this. This is such a nice experience to chant every day. And you have your back straight, and you meditate, chant clearly so we can hear. and try to keep as focused as possible. And as I said, if you like chanting, you can even do an extra round. It doesn't really matter because you like doing something, so it doesn't really matter how many times you do it. The more you do it, the more you love it. And these are some of the levels. You can check yourself what your level is. Where does the impetus to change come from? So if you need to change, where does that impetus, where does that desire come from? One way it comes is by looking at what you're losing by not overcoming your obstacles. And we can ask ourselves, what can I achieve in Krishna consciousness if I remove this anartha that I have while I'm chanting? What will I gain from that? And the answer is always a very positive resounding points, what you will gain. And what you will gain would be, well, first I would be more stronger, because Krishna is reciprocating with the japa, and he is, he's carrying, as it says in the Gita, I preserve what they have, I carry what they lack, and when they're ready for it, I will give. I will give whatever they need to be more happy, more stronger, more blissful, more peaceful. I will be more fulfilled. This is another point, fulfilled. Your cup is full to drink as much as you want. My spiritual progress would obviously be less hindered. In other words, I have so much to gain by overcoming my anarthas. And so Prabhupada said, chant and be happy, but sometimes we're not very happy. And this is the point. You need to come to the point where, you're positively sure, you have enough faith to understand that if it wasn't for this name of Krishna, the Maha Mantra, I wonder where I would be today. And Prabhupada also said that. He said regarding this Hare Krishna mantra, if it wasn't for the Hare Krishna mantra, you Western boys and girls, you would, what was it he said? If it wasn't for the Hare Krishna mantra, you would not be able to do what you're doing today. In other words, we do things which we would probably think previously that would be impossible. But because of the holy name, suddenly that word is taken out of our dictionary. As Prabhupada said, there's nothing impossible, because when you have Krishna, then everything is possible. And Prabhupada told, I think it was Ramananda, to start a printing press in New York, he was concerned about that order. But Prabhupada didn't know anything about printing books. So what did Prabhupada say? He said, you just pray to Krishna and he'll give you the intelligence. And that's what happened. There was a printing press run by unqualified persons who became qualified. Just Yeah, and there's another example I can give in regards to drinking the holy name. Can I have a cup again? Sorry. This is another simple example. I have water in the cup, so I just drink it. It's water. Of course, if you know that water is Krishna, the taste of Krishna, and you drink it more deeply. But let's just take this example. You're drinking some water. It's no big deal. But what if you're given in the Sunday feast a cup of nectar? What's the best nectar here?
Lassi, mango lassi.
Mango lassi. Okay. Not blueberry lassi?
Yeah,
That's a very
or strawberry.
What do you call it in Finnish? This blueberry?
Mustika.
Mustika. Yeah. Mustika. Well, let's say it's mustika lassi. I like mustika. Very nice birds. Okay, so when you have had the feast and you got this nectar to drink, that's the last piece of the feast. And even looking at it, you're already enjoying it. Even looking at this nectar drink, you're already enjoying it. You're already contemplating, this is going to be nice. Then you pick it up, and then you drink it. So how do you drink it? Well, it's a little bit different than drinking water. Something like that. There's a lot more in expression in that drinking. A lot more. A lot more feeling, a lot more satisfaction, and all these things which I just mentioned. So I had this one experience. It was when I was in Sweden, before coming to Finland. We were brahmacharis and we were book distributors. And it was springtime in Stockholm. Snow had melted. In those days, it was very, very harsh winters, very harsh. So anyway, you needed winter tires. Do you still have winter tires here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are must.
Huh?
They are must. Like last winter was really, the weather was so much changing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So anyway, spring comes and you take your winter tires off and put summer tires on. And we have this desire to go to Trondheim, which is the north of Norway. So if you take a drive from Stockholm to Trondheim, you're basically going northwards. And it's a long, long drive, small, many hours. So we'd never been there before. So we had a, van. It was a Toyota Hiace, is it?
Yeah, high ace.
Huh?
High ace.
Yeah, it was filled up with books. And then it was quite heavy for that. So. Now, what we didn't know, because we'd never been there before, that before you get to Trondheim, you have to pass a mountain. You have to climb over a mountain, or ride over a mountain. It meant that we had to go start driving up. And as we were driving up, of course, snow. more and more snow as we came up. By the time we got to the top, it was like snow, like this, really, really a lot of snow. And then we had to go down the other side. That's even more dangerous because, there was no barriers. I don't know about today, but in those days there was no barrier. And the roads were like this, and you're going down like this. Anyway, before we started, we asked one lorry driver, we have summer tires, and what can we do? And he gave us some advice. He looked at us as if we were absolutely nuts. What are you doing up here with summer tires? He really thought we were nuts, crazy. And he said, you know how dangerous it is to be up here? Because, the devotees are always funny, especially brahmacharis. They like to act transcendental. Krishna will save us. Anyway, he gave us some advice. He said, okay, put your gear in number 2. And drive very slowly. And whatever you do, don't put your foot on the brake. That was his advice. Don't put your foot on the brake, because if you put your foot on the brake going forward, the car tends to move like that. Stop this way. Not stop this way. You know that, right? So, put it in second gear, get our japa back. And we chanted like crazy. We just chanted like no other chanting was done before. I know, at least for me. It was like, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama. It was like Prabhupada said, you just chant in this mood of crying for Krishna. Help, Krishna, please help me. I'm here in the material world. I can do nothing. The material nature is so powerful, so cunning. I cannot overcome it. I need your help. So this is the mood that we have. It is a life-death experience. And one just slight mistake, we would have been over. I would not be sitting here today, that's for sure. Unless it took another birth. So we were 40 minutes, at least 40 minutes, drinking deeply the holy name. Like I was drinking the nectar, drinking the holy name. In desperation, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And we were all chanting like that. But at least, I think there were about 4 of us. So we were also getting that from each other. We were inspiring each other with pure chanting. So when we got to the bottom, we were in so much ecstasy, we had to stop the car. We got out of the car and we're dancing around, embracing each other. And it's like, that's just, people were passing, what are these guys doing? Hugging each other. We didn't care. When you're in ecstasy, you don't care who's watching. It's your private ecstasy, you're enjoying every moment. So that was a really nice experience. I never forgot it. I never had that experience since then. That shows how deeply I chant. But it's always good to have that kind of experience. And if we can, don't wait to a life-death situation before you drink deeply in the holy name. But I can guarantee that it is nectar. I can guarantee it. There's nothing better. And as we say, it's not just being happy, it's sheer ecstasy, blissfulness, which supersedes happiness. And just to finish the story, we did very well distributing our books. We even met some people who became devotees there. So this is what we've got. This is our future. So these are these turning points in our spiritual life, and as Prabhupada said, that Krishna consciousness is not static, it's ecstatic. If we are experiencing staticness in Krishna consciousness, then there's something we're not doing correctly. So, ecstatic is the feeling that there's, as Krishna says in the Gita, that it's so good, you cannot think of anything better than it. There's nothing better. Tip-top, hunky-dory. And why is that? Because inside the jiva is a very powerful energy which is sleeping. It is the service attitude towards Krishna. So it's already there, inherent within us. And it needs to be reawakened. As we reawaken, the more ecstatic we become. How strong is our fire for service? When the fire is weak, it can become easily extinguished by worries, anxieties, and obstacles. But if this fire becomes strong, it will burn all the layers of false ego. Let us reconsider how we will increase this fire by sharply focusing on our actual service. Yeah, well, this is one of the problems we have. Coming to Krishna consciousness, this is false ego. And the lessons we learn, the situations Krishna puts us in to overcome the false ego. Amazing how in Krishna consciousness we constantly eat the humble pie of getting rid of false ego. But it said that in order to go to the spiritual world, we need to have no baggage. The gates to hell are wide open. You can take as much with you as you like. But the gates to Vaikuntha are only the size of the spirit soul. So only the spirit soul can pass through. And if you have any extra baggage, you will not be able to pass through the gates. This is why we're doing these practices. So that, hopefully when we leave this world, we are relieved of all baggage, which includes the false ego. And we also must learn to say no to Maya. This is another practice which devotees, Prabhupada said we should voluntarily accept some inconvenience for Krishna. We don't need to be artificially renounced because we practice Yukta Vairagya. But still, our lifestyle should be simple. We don't have to feast every day. Prabhupada said Sunday is a feast day. Other days you can eat simple. But because we're devotees, sometimes we want to feast. We want to relish. Let the tongue relish samprashadam. Let the tongue relish the holy name. So the senses are there, we need to engage them, they need to be satisfied. And so we say no to Krishna and yes to, say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. So this is Rupa Goswami's point, that if you want to gauge yourself in Krishna consciousness, then one way you can do it is to accept things which are favorable to your Krishna consciousness and reject those things which are unfavorable. So there's a lot of things we can say no to. I mean, you go to a superstore anywhere, 90% of the things in that superstore, there are no value to the body. We know what we can take is 10%. All right, I'll take some vegetables, some fruits. But everything else is pre-packed. It's poisoned, chemicals. It's all nonsense. It's killing people. They're walking around in dead bodies because of what they're eating and drinking. And it's all being organized by the materialistic society in a very, very consuming way, trapping everyone. We're devotees, we live a different lifestyle. We have to learn to say no. No, 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 no. Say no to Maya, say no. There's a song. You can sing it with me. Say no. Say no, say no.
No.
No, say no.
Say no.
To Maya.
To Maya.
Say no.
Say no.
Say no
Say no.
to Maya.
To Maya.
Say no.
Say no.
Say yes.
Say yes.
One time.
One time.
You sell
Yourself.
your soul
Your soul.
for sure.
For sure.
Sure. This is what they're doing. They're selling their soul. Oh yes, I need that. Okay, here's my soul. Take it. Yeah, you can give your soul, but give us your money too. We'll take both. Your soul and your money. So the next time you come in, you won't even question about the things on the show. Sorry, I've been doing podcasts about these things, so I'm a little bit fired up. Pointing the finger to the society. Rascals. Rascals. And the blinkers, you know what blinkers are? The horses, they turn around and put blinkers on the horse. So the horse cannot see here or there, only what's in front. And we have these We have the same thing, blankets, the blankets that go on everyone, and they're nice and tight. Only the devotees who say no to Maya, we take those blinkers off. It's clear what is reality and what is an illusion. This is the life of Krishna consciousness. We're so lucky. It gives a nice example about the frame of mind. Just going to
Okay.
There's a particular frame of mind we must have while chanting japa. This builds a relationship with the holy name. When a husband comes home from work, still in a working consciousness, there will be no proper relationship with the family. Yeah, so every husband knows that. I got my working hat and I got my family hat. Take your working hat off and put your family hat on. There's no way you can go home with your working hat. Otherwise the wife will. Krishna consciousness is like that. We have a working period and we have a meditative period. We need to change caps. A boxer comes to fight with a certain intention and focus. You've seen, these boxers. They're already bouncing around even before they fight. They're like this. I'm going to beat you, don't worry, I'm ready for you. Yeah? They have a certain intention and focus. So we need to have that same. When will that day be mine? This was back in the notes. Many of his songs have sung like that. When will that day be mine and I will be able to see Krishna, play with Krishna, dance with Krishna? Otherwise, if we don't get that mind focused, it is said that there are 60,000 faults that go through the mind every day. 60,000 faults. There is a particular frame of mind one must have when one chants. This builds a relationship with the holy name, and the holy name reciprocates. Harinam Prabhu reciprocates for those devotees who are sincerely chanting. Chanting is worship of Radha and Krishna, therefore we must be fully present to their world when we chant. The more we are able to be present with our japa, the better our chanting will be. It is redundant to chant while in a class. Sometimes you see that in the class going on when the devotee is chanting. And someone is giving a class. Yes, you cannot chant now, you chant after the class. Anyway, just a lot more. But I'll just finish with some affirmations, if you like. We can say these together. Which when you chant these affirmations, because they're positive affirmations, you get some inspiration just by chanting these affirmations. If you chant these affirmations before japa, you will have certainly a good experience in your morning japa. So either I just read them out, or you can read them with me. What do you want to do?
And then let's see if you want.
Yeah. Okay, say after me. I happily and enthusiastically welcome the holy name every japa session.
Welcome the holy name in every japa session.
I get to chant.
I get to chant.
I want to chant.
I want to chant.
And I love to chant.
And I love to chant.
I easily chant my 16 rounds.
I easily chant my 60 rounds
with focus and attention.
with focus and attention.
My beads are my connection with Krishna.
My beads are my connection with Krishna.
And my ticket back to Godhead.
And my ticket back to Godhead.
I see the Maha Mantra as Radha and Krishna.
I see the Maha Mantra as Radha and Krishna.
Fully present in sound.
Fully present in sound.
I fully honor my sacred relationship.
I fully honor my sacred relationship
with the holy names during japa.
The holy names during japa.
I turn off my world and turn on Krishna's world.
I turn off my world and turn on Krishna's world.
And I chant my rounds.
And I chant my rounds.
I receive and feel Krishna's presence.
I receive and feel Krishna's presence,
mercy,
and
love in His name.
In His name.
I chant in full awareness.
I chant in full awareness.
The holy name is my greatest treasure.
The holy name is my greatest treasure.
I chant from my heart.
I chant from my heart,
feelingly praying to become closer to Krishna.
Feelingly praying to become closer to Krishna.
I chant to be accepted by Krishna.
I chant to be accepted by Krishna.
And to repair my broken relationship with Him.
And to repair my broken relationship with Him.
I chant to please Radha and Krishna.
I chant to please Radha and Krishna.
Not to gain anything material.
Not to gain anything material.
I meditate on the meaning of the names as I chant.
I meditate on the meanings of the names as I chant.
I organize my life to make japa the most important activity of my day.
The activity of my day.
And the last one, I am totally dependent on Guru and Krishna to chant quality japa.
I'm totally dependent on Guru and Krishna to chant quality japa.
Jai.
In the beginning, you were emphasizing of developing the taste for chanting the holy names. And sometimes it happens that actually the new devotee is very enthusiastic in chanting the holy names. But as years go by, that may change. So what can be said about that?
I mentioned it last time. I did mention that.
You mentioned at least part of it.
Yeah, that Krishna helps Just like he helped me chant. When I had no desire, he helped me. Once I started chanting, I was very ecstatic about it. But that was only because Krishna was giving me a taste. Then there's a period where Krishna takes a few steps back to see how sincere you are. So it's a kind of major test for a young devotee. And you do see some devotees not passing that test. Oh, this is not working. I'll give it up.
Many times it happens when you get the initiation, and after that you are like tested that are you really doing this? You know, after the initiation, when you have done it already. So.
Yeah.
But of course, that's later.
But I also said that even if suddenly the holy name becomes difficult, and that's also when the mind, starts to dictate to you in such a way that it's never done before. Because the mind is saying, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? Don't you remember me? The mind, you served me for so many years, so many lifetimes. What's going on? What's this Hare Krishna? So it's double trouble. Krishna's left you, the mind steps in. So if you don't like fighting, you may just wander off again back in the material life. And even Prabhupada was tested. It wasn't like that year where he was in New York City all on his own. It was easy for him. And he said at one point, I didn't ever question whether I was, the order of my guru was going to be easy or difficult. I just focused on the order. So it didn't question about the order. It was clear that that was the order and that's what he needed to do. So he also mentioned that his own Guru Maharaj had pointed out that when things start getting difficult, then you must go into another gear, not reduce, but increase. We're all tests that Krishna's given to see whether you pass or not. And you can keep the door open. And we'll invite the next one. Okay, next problem, next obstacle. Come in. I'm ready for you. Once you pass one, you can pass the second and then the third. Okay, next. No problem, that's how it was for him. So many obstacles. Spent so much time preparing the Gita and his manuscript got stolen. Can you imagine it? Spending all that time. transcript. So start over again. It's not like me, our computers and everything stored there. So test will be. The question is whether you pass it, whether you want to pass it. But if you pass it, Krishna will reward thousands of times more. It doesn't matter if it's difficult, we're still making it not to. Just keep chanting. It makes for Krishna's special favor, and that will be another turning point in your spiritual life.
I have a comment. I think so. 25 years ago, I ascended one time 108 rounds. And it was a very nice experience. I stopped to something, but the mind continued to something.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
And Satyananda Swami's chapter workshops. He reserves the last day for 64 rounds. And, everyone's having that experience for the first time, 64 rounds. And there's a policy, you don't talk anything during that day. Even when you're eating, you don't say nothing. You can chant, but you cannot. Have you ever tried eating and chanting at the same time? Strange. It's easy to talk. And usually devotees' experience is that when they have one day of 64 rounds, the next day when they go back to 16 rounds, it's like a piece of cake. Nothing, 16 rounds. So you're going to do it again?
Yes. Sometimes it is hard.
Yeah. Okay. The Prabhupada Ki,
Jai.
16 rounds of the day Ki.
Jai.
Jai.
Hari Hare Bol.